My name is Alex Carter, and if you've ever wondered what it's like to be the forgotten child in a perfectly normal-looking American family, well, buckle up, because what happened on my sister's birthday still feels unreal. Dollars. Yes, 12,000 on a single birthday party for my younger sister, Emma. And somehow, she still found a way to call me at 2 a.m. screaming like I'd ruined her entire life. But let me rewind, before the chaos exploded. The golden child. Emma was always treated like some kind of walking miracle. Straight A's? Nope. Chores? Almost never. Temper issues? Absolutely. But she had one superpower: throwing tantrums until she got what she wanted. Growing up, I didn't mind much. I learned early that being the quiet, responsible one had its own piece. But when you make it clear you're the low-maintenance kid, your parents start treating you like you require no maintenance at all. I turned 18 and suddenly, poof, no more birthday cakes, no more family dinners, just a "happy birthday, kiddo" text from dad, hours late. Emma, meanwhile, got parties with themes, fireworks, face painters, professional photographers, and cakes bigger than my entire self-esteem. So when she turned 21 and my parents announced a special celebration, I should have known disaster was coming, but I had no idea how big the disaster would be. The $12,000 surprise. I only found out by accident. Mom called me 2 weeks before the party. "Alex, honey," she began with that soft tone she uses only when asking for a favor, "would you be able to help us with Emma's birthday planning?" "Oh," I said, "sure. What are you guys doing?" "Well," Mom hesitated. I heard Dad in the background whispering, "Just tell him." Mom sighed. "We booked a private rooftop venue downtown and a DJ and catering and a bar service and fireworks." "Okay," I said slowly. "How much is this costing?" Silence. Then Dad mumbled, 12,000. I legit choked. $12,000 for Emma's birthday? "She's turning 21, Mom defended. It's a milestone." "Yeah, but didn't you guys forget my 21? "Oh, Alex, you know we were busy that week." "Yeah, busy watching The Bachelor, I remember. But whatever, I wasn't going to start drama. I agreed to help set up decorations the morning of. Big mistake. The party that went too perfect. The venue was insane. A rooftop with a skyline view, neon lights, catered mini burgers, sushi rolls, cupcakes stacked to heaven, and a DJ blasting music so loud the building shook. Emma arrived wearing a glitter dress that probably cost more than my car. She walked in like she owned New York City, even though we live in Ohio. Everyone screamed, "Happy birthday!" She soaked it up like the sun. But here's the part where things turned from "this is unfair, but whatever" to "is my family secretly cursed?" The toast that ruined everything. At around 11 p.m., Dad grabbed the mic. "I just want everyone to know we are so proud of Emma. She's our shining star." Everyone clapped. Then Dad added, "And none of this would have been possible without Alex helping us today." The crowd clapped politely. Emma froze. She looked at me like I'd stolen her spotlight, her boyfriend, and her oxygen supply, all at once. I mouthed, "What?" She just glared. But the night kept going. She smiled for pictures, danced, took videos, and pretended to enjoy the attention. But that look she gave me, yeah, it wasn't going to disappear. The 2 a.m. meltdown. I had just gotten home, kicked off my shoes, and was brushing my teeth when my phone buzzed violently. Emma calling. I answered, thinking maybe she needed a ride. "Hello?" She screamed. I held the phone away. "Emma, what's wrong?" "You ruined my birthday." I blinked. "What are you talking about?" "Dad thanked you in front of everyone. Do you know how embarrassing that was? People think you helped plan my party. It was my night." I just helped with decorations, I said calmly. You made me look bad. What? She was crying now. Loud, dramatic, Oscar-worthy crying. All night, people kept telling me how lucky I was to have a helpful brother. Why did they say that? Why did you do that to me? I literally didn't do anything except hang lights and balloons. You stole my spotlight. That's when I snapped. Emma, you had a $12,000 party on a rooftop with fireworks. I didn't steal anything. Yes, you did, she shrieked. You always do this. Emma, I said, you're 21, not 5. She gasped like I'd slapped her across the soul. Then she hung up. The aftermath. The next morning, Mom sent a text. Alex, why did you upset your sister? Dad followed it with, you didn't have to ruin her night. Ruin her night? I stared at my phone like it was speaking ancient Greek. I called them. What exactly did I do? I asked, trying not to scream. Mom sighed. She feels you made her party about yourself. How? Dad thanked me for helping. Dad said, Alex, you know how emotional she gets. Oh, right. Of course. Her emotions matter. Mine never did. I realized something. My family expects me to walk on eggshells while Emma gets to throw bombs. And I was done. I told them, look, I'm not your emotional punching bag. I helped. I didn't ask for thanks. I didn't ruin anything. And if Emma can't handle a 2-second mention of my name, she needs therapy, not another party. Mom gasped. Dad said, Alex, that's harsh. Not as harsh as blaming me for something I didn't do. I hung up. For the first time in my life, I didn't feel guilty. Weeks later, the twist. 3 weeks passed. No calls, no texts. Then one day, Dad invited me for lunch alone. He looked tired. Alex, you were right. I blinked. He continued. Emma admitted she overreacted. She said she felt insecure because her friends kept saying you looked more successful than she did. What? Dad sighed. She actually said she was jealous of you. That hit me like a train. All my life, I thought Emma had everything. Perfect attention, perfect treatment, perfect everything. But behind all that glitter was insecurity. Still didn't excuse her behavior, but it explained the meltdown. Dad apologized again. I accepted it. Then he said something I never expected. We're planning something for your next birthday. A real one. You deserve it. I almost laughed. Just make me a cake and a home-cooked dinner. That's more than enough. Dad smiled. I think we can do better than that. Final thought. Families are messy. Parents aren't perfect. Siblings aren't balanced. And sometimes the spoiled one is just the insecure one hiding behind glitter. But here's what I learned. Being quiet doesn't mean being invisible. Being responsible doesn't mean being taken for granted. And sometimes standing up for yourself is the only way people finally see you. Emma and I still don't agree on everything, but at least now she knows I'm not her villain, and I finally know I don't have to be.